vignetting here. That's because of why the vignetting is present. The micro focuser from Mead, out of whack, definitely. This is the MFR5 with a 5mm. Vignetting is not caused by that, it's caused by the micro focuser from Mead. I need to align it properly. It's definitely. Found, since I've got ECU software, I found they've got all the PGCs in there, and that's pretty cool. They don't have all the PGCs for magnitude-wise, but enough to find some galaxy in there, M42. Orion's built, apparently there's no galaxies. Well, there is some. I found some with that software, so I was going to, from this magnitude 17, I was going to swing this to the neighborhood of Big Dipper as well. Not dark enough yet. The sky's still blue here. It's damn cold though. Wow, is it ever cold in here tonight? Got the heater going and heat. The fuse is gas, but wow, is it ever cold? Weather's supposed to be going down at. We're way under the normal here. Wait, this is, I do remember, Jack, we used to get well, this one fits into a class 00. About 1/30th of a second. Normal video mode. Normal video live. That's what. When I move the, you can see when I move the, oh, you don't have a delay where see that on the right, that's the getting a coma. Means the camera's not sitting. That's why we got the thing getting on the right more than that. So it is the micro focuser for sure. All cameras do it on this scope. Matt and Millions. Yes. Thank you for very, very cold here tonight. I don't know why, but I'm freezing. I'm literally shaking here. I'm in a warm room. I've got the heater on, and it just can't warm up the room enough. So, no ski-doo suit tonight. No ski-doo, no snowmobile. Oh, that's nasty, Matt. Saw some snow earlier today, like in the morning. But whatever you have, it's probably going to come here. Full video mode. That means there's no the sheer sensitivity of the. The sky's too bright right now. We still have blue skies, and very cool here tonight. I don't know how come it's like that, but it's nasty here tonight. They're down to 18 Fahrenheit. Uh, Vacuum chamber here on the put the camera from in the house where it was really started outside where it's really really cold, so that'll impact. So if any dew is going to form, uh, no, this is It's quite low. I got the AGC turned off right now. Won't go with 128X because ooh, yeah, I just switched. Harder to get, a little bit more difficult to get a decent image. Excuse me. Anyways, it's holy cow, Teresa. That's been a long time. Very nice to see you here. Vacuum chamber that we came up. Color version that I made a few weeks ago. Really well. So I decided to go version of that and see how much more we're going to get. Oh, okay. Someone, I stopped talking to Witty. I don't know if I don't know if the upload is rather very slow. I made sure. Jack, can you confirm that? See if speed is very, very low. Woody's stating here that I, in fact, or not, or oh, all right. Let me turn up. Would that be a little bit better by any chance? Hopefully, I turn up the gain on the microphone a bit, so hopefully it'll do it. And if it don't do it, it's so far so good. Okay, all right. I think the gain was too low a little bit, and let me turn it up a little bit more. Hang on a sec. Okay. Hopefully this is not too loud for your ears. And yeah, it should be about 2 seconds exposure, Jack. I'm not sure. No, it's about 1 second exposure. This is a 1 second exposure of the monochrome version of the Xterminator. It's got to be the most powerful camera to do this with that sensor. It's just incredible. And the quality of the sensor is really, really nice. Oh, it's blown out totally, yes. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go and put the AGR on because, well, here this is gamma 045 and this is gamma 1. Yes, I did. When Ivan told me that he found a better than class 0 sensor, I said, okay, you gotta make it into an Xterminator 2 with all of the updates, and especially with the vacuum chamber and those new strips that we've got for the condensation as well. And the filtration system. The filtration system did not work well. Earlier I had a lot of noise in there, so I had to shut that down. And but for this thing here, I think it's doing extremely well. We're not quite at 2 seconds in. This is about a second exposure. I really don't know how we could turn that down other than cut back on the sense up. I don't have any integration engaged yet. So it's just to show you how good it is. The sensor is flawless. It's a class 0 and better. All I ask Ivan is, okay, pull that sensor out and let's turn it into an experimental camera here for the vacuum chamber. Hopefully it'll do well. We do have some vignetting on the right and coma on the right. That's because the microfocuser is not sitting right. It's not lined up properly with the optical tube. Excuse me. This is pretty amazing to see the sensitivity. Let's see if we're at 2 seconds. Yeah, I think we are at 2 seconds. Yeah, we're at 2 seconds exposure there now. And I find that pretty amazing to see this. Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to watch. Okay. Give me a moment here. We're going to see if we could plot the galaxy here. By the way, Woody, I appreciate you letting me know about They're cutting out in and out in the microphone. Thank you for that. Okay. There's a very faint galaxy nearby. A lot of people think that there's no galaxy out there, but there is. It's quite a lot of them. Just let me look here for a moment. Just bear with me for a moment, folks. I'm just trying to determine some galaxies here. How can we get to it? Okay, hang on a sec. Just bear with me for a moment, folks. Trying to do something here. Okay. We are supposed to have a galaxy in there, so I don't know if we do or not. We're going to try to activate the integration and I'm just looking for galaxy in there. It's supposed to be a very, very, very faint galaxy. You turn off the exposure here for a moment. It is a PGC galaxy. It's very, very close to M42. In fact, it's right above it. And I'm going to pull up the map again. It might be it right here. Hang on a sec, folks. Just bear with me for a moment. I need to retrieve this through an image from the Digital Sky Survey. No, that's not it. Okay, the coordinates are not right. Okay, let's try that again. we go. PGC number, Jack, is, let me write it. It's supposed to be PGC in there. Alright, I don't see the star pattern. It really isn't the correct star pattern. Let me write it down here. $308. 1041. It's a faint guide. There's not even a magnitude for it. It's very near, it's just above M42. And, so maybe it's not there at all. Alright. I really don't recognize the star pattern. Digital Sky Survey opened up here, and oh, wait a minute, I might have it. Okay, just bear with me for a moment, Jack. I think I have it. Oh. Let me stop integration here for a moment and hang on a sec. Bear with me for a moment here. I've got may have it, just may. Maybe not. Okay. I don't think so. I'm in the right area. Yeah, I don't think so. We're in the right area to go to. They're not bring me to the right place here. Let me swing that over a little bit more. Hang on a sec. Okay. 6 seconds. Do not have any problem seeing this. Okay, according to this, we should be able to see this. Okay, hang on a sec. Just bear with me, folks. We're just gonna... Just a sec. Let me see if we could locate this guy here. This one, oh crap. I just hit the wrong button and screwed things up. Lovely. All right, let's apply another 5-second exposure here. You can see a faint fuzzy in there. Nope. All right. Bring it up a little bit more. I don't think that we're in the right area. So obviously the go-to did not go to the right coordinates here. Let me see if we could pump that up here. Hang on. This is just a 5-second exposure. There's no galaxy there. Sec. Swing that around a little bit. Good evening, Ken. Nice to see you here. Just looking for that faint galaxy here that I've plotted. Okay, this is a 5-second exposure. That's not it either. Okay, hang on. I hope I don't have to go. To turn the dome. I might have the dome in the way. Okay, hang on a sec. Hey, let me try this again. I'm going to try the coordinates that I got here, which is 05, 3700, and the other one is 033840. Okay, let's go. They keep bringing me back to the same area again, and we should see this as plain as day. I think this is going to be a little bit higher here. Hang on. The digital sky survey, it's very bright. I think I need to turn my dome. Hang on a sec, folks. Let me go swing the dome. I'll be right back. Definitely not pointing in the right place, and a scope is in the dome. So let me close the my map for a minute. And let me put things a little bit brighter. We're going to go to something a little bit more common. All right. I'll be right back, folks. Hang on. Okay, this is M82 at 2 seconds. Okay, we're gonna pump that up to maybe 5 seconds. Okay, this is a 5-second exposure. Ouch. Okay, very nice. Let's do a little bit of adjustments here. Holy shoots. Whoa, okay. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta love black and white for a reason. Wow. This is a, how many seconds? 5 seconds exposure. Wow. Very, very nice. No, you cannot do that in the black and white, the model, Jack. It's always engaged, basically, to have a wide reception. How can I explain to you? It'll cover from 350 nanometer all the way up to about 800 in one shot. And this is what we're seeing here. Those are made to be basically to be used that way. So we can see we've got a lot of details in there. Okay, that depends. Hi, Murray, by the way. It depends how you have your monitor adjusted. On mine here, the monitor, it's medium black background. But if you want, I could change to gamma. Well, here I'm losing all the information. Like, I mean, it's no longer nice. I don't know if you see that, Murray. Here's the black background. Yeah, I agree. It's too dark, way too dark. So if I put back the gamma and to 045, yes, it's a lighter black, like in the background. But look at the amount of detail. It's about observing. It's not about an aesthetic looking. I can bring this down a little bit more that way if you want. But then again, it's pretty well limited here. Here's one thing I'm going to try. So the APC set to 0. Let me turn down, put back the sharpness. Okay, let's engage the APC. Wait till you see this. We're going to put the APC at 8. Okay, look at the detail in the core now. That's just amazing. Okay, this is with the APC engaged, and this is also with the sharpness increased on that a little bit, and wow, we certainly see a lot of detail in there. That's amazing. That is a gorgeous image. I like the wispy detail that we see within the galaxy at each end of the lobes, if you wish. We certainly see some H alpha on top of the galaxy towards the 1 o'clock position. Yeah, the fainter urns, that's what I meant. That's correct. The spokes are there, 3 of them, and to the right you can also see quite a lot of detail in there. Let me bring down the APC a little bit. It might be a little bit too aggressively adjusted. Let's go down to about 4, let's say. There we go. Yeah, the spokes, it's rather difficult to pick up live, but you can actually see it. If you use a good CCD sensor, you will. Yeah, mono is the way to go, because mono will detect all. In this case, on this camera, like I posted on the non-cam Yahoo group, we're covered right now from 350 nanometer all the way up to about 800. So you gotta love mono for this. If you're a serious observer, you're gonna go with mono. There's no question about it. Serious observer will go mono. It's color's cool, color's nice. Each his own for that. But mono, move over. It's you're gonna see stuff that you will not see well with a color. Ski, you're not the only one. Everybody. Let's put it that way, Ski. 99% of the cameras that we have, colors what everybody goes for. And as I said, I think it's just a personal choice. But color is harder to operate. It's harder to adjust. It's harder to fine tune. It's it's pretty well up to a user what you want to do. Oh yeah, for sure, Brian. You're absolutely right with that. The dynamic range is incredible. Yeah, but look at the amount of detail we're seeing here with the black and white. This is cool. Way cool. Let me tune a few things here. Wow. If I play with the, if I adjust the sharpness a little bit, look at the amount of detail now that we're seeing. Just increasing the sharpness a little bit. Oh yeah, the DF16M, the 16 megapixel, the Mallin DF16M would certainly show some amazing detail. But then again, it's nice to have black and white. It's nice to have colors. Everybody likes colors. As I said, 99% of sales that we have, it's all colors. Oh, sorry about that, Ken. I guess that you wanted to find out. It's a 16-inch and Altaz. I'm not guiding. I'm not doing anything. This is just a LX200 and 16-inch. And I'm using the MFR5, like it says on top. Oh, for sure. Marie, I totally agree with you. For details, For detail, it's hard to beat the Xterminator. Whatever color, black and white. If you want detail in object you're looking at, that's the way to go. It's a real video camera. Let's try to invert the image now, positive, negative. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hang on a second. We're going to invert the image. It's still a 5-second exposure, folks. It's not much at all. Okay, let me, wow, the image is so, okay, we got to adjust the contrast here and the brightness, so, wow, this is nice. This is pretty cool. It certainly gives you a different twist. You could do the same with a color camera, with a color Xterminator, I should say. For those who have the Skyraider series camera, we're working on software really hard on new features on the software that I've talked about to the engineers, and they're having difficulties with it, but I think they're going to pull through. And so I'm hoping the next update is going to have 2 of the features I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Oh, that's correct. That would be H-alpha. I believe it's H-alpha. In the center core itself, right above, basically, because M82 is on an angle. So if you go that way, if you look at about 1 o'clock position of M82, that's what you're seeing right now is H-alpha. That's very nice. Very interesting to look at. There's no question about it. And let me try to, I don't want to overblind everybody with this white background, but yeah, this is gamma 1, it's opposite. So everything is opposite. If you think you're going to get your image brighter, it won't. It'll get darker. Oh, the setting is, I use Stefan software. With the Stefan software, you've got a feature called positive, negative. And all you got to do is flip that. So right now it's on negative image. And I'm going to stop exposure because we need to flip that while it's going. And it says positive / negative, or POS, short for positive / negative. And that's pretty well what it is. Here's the 5-second exposure again. Pretty cool. It's nice too. It's not as hard on your eyes, I guess. Looking, there's a lot of details we can see in there. Very neat. Very nice to look at. Here's the thing that we can do now. Yeah, it can be done on the camera itself. You don't need the software. I could go on the other side and show you if you want. It's on the second menu. If you go on the second menu, you could invert, reverse, flip the image any way you want, and you could positive, negative the image as well through the menu of the camera. All of these features are all loaded in the camera itself. It's not a software thing. Yeah, option second menu. Thanks, Jack. So if you've got an Xterminator with no computer and just observe with a keypad, you can access that, no problem. It's a little bit trickier to tweak though. You're going to have to play with your monitor a little bit for that. But once you got the hang of it, like anything else, a bit of practice, and then you'll have it. Just going to try something here briefly. Let me stop the exposure for a moment And we are going to engage the zoom effect a little bit. Okay. Just 2 seconds, by the way, and let's go back to the 5 seconds. From 2 to 5 seconds, it makes a big difference. So using the zoom of the camera, we get to see the object a little bit closer, I guess. Allows us to study the amount of detail in there. Woody, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. Color is difficult to adjust. A lot of people don't realize how difficult the color camera can be to adjust. And the black and white, well, you only got 2 things to deal with, white and black, and everything between it. That's it. And it's just monochrome. It's grayscale, basically. But the Xterminator CCD sensor is just impeccable for sensitivity. There's nothing like it on the market. And this is one of the black and white one that I like a lot. You don't need to have long exposures or anything like that. If you're limited for tracking, for an example, that's the way to go. And RGB imaging of that would be interesting, like I think Ken mentioned that. But again, this is not about imaging, it's about live observing. And certainly some people could do the experiment of doing so, and I'm sure that the results are going to be way different than a imaging camera. First of all, the pixels are way bigger on this type of sensor, of CCD sensor. 8.4 by 9.6, 9.8 I believe it is, it's quite big. They're huge. Okay, we're going to stop that and put back the image to normal size. There you go. And then we're going to recapture another 5-second exposure. Pretty nice to see the details in there. And experiment a little bit with the gamma. No, I like it better with a 045. Oh, for Murray, for the ICX, I know that Simon Hammer uses the ICX 428. It's one of my favorite. But I'll tell you, when you switch over to the 828, it's too sensitive. That's what I'm using tonight, the 828. It's a class 0 sensor. And wow, the sensitivity is double of the 428. You don't want to go long exposure, like forget about going 20 seconds and 30 seconds. It's not going to be something that you're going to use. You got to keep this very, very short exposure. You don't need to go long exposure. It's all within the sensor specification first of all, and then the associated electronics to it. Yeah, they don't want to wait nearby. I haven't looked at that in years, so I don't know. Yes, it does. Brian, absolutely right. The DSM has the 829, which is a PAL version. And the reason the 829 was chosen is in the 828, the pixels are rectangular. The 829, not as much rectangular. They're still rectangular, but not as much. And you've got a little bit wider field of view. Not by much, but you do. Because it's a PAL type sensor. It's made to be used in video cameras. So the DSM is definitely the one that you want to play with if you if somebody wants to use a USB type camera instead of that. But I doubt you'll get the sharpness that you're seeing here, because on the Xterminator, this is a real video camera. The electronics in it, the DSP unit, it does everything in there, including the APC. This is a feature you don't have on the DSM camera. You just got basic adjustments of what you can do with a USB camera. However, with a real video camera, this is where these guys are going to outshine all of them. Sensitivity-wise, sharpness-wise, observation-wise, the Xterminator type, or that type of true video camera is what it's called, will definitely outdo any imager with a black and white sensor as far as not resolution, but the ability to resolve a finer detail. Yes, the XT2, same thing. If it's mono, XT2, you're probably going to get a 428. You will not get an 828 in there, unless if it was specified. But the 828 sensor is only available in the Xterminator. Okay, we're going to try to see if we could, hopefully that M108 is not too high, because the scope is pointing fairly high up and I don't want the camera to hit the mount. I'm going to go on the other side, turn the dome, and we'll swing that on M108 and see what it does. I'm going to stop the exposure here for a moment and go back to 2-second exposure. There you go. That way we could see where we're aiming. So I'll be right back. Yeah, the zoom is out right now. Yeah, the zoom is out, so hopefully the 108 will fit in there. Okay, I'll be right back, folks. Okay, I should have put my ski-doo suit on because, man, it's cold outside. Okay, let's center that properly. I'm afraid we're going to need a little bit more than 5 seconds for that, so we're going to pump that up to 10. It doesn't have as much sensitivity, and it may show a little bit better contrast on images. Marie? Oh, just a sec, the scope is still going here. Something is hitting on the... Hang on a sec, folks. Let me make sure that nowhere goes anywhere here. Okay. We're going to attempt a 10-second exposure and see what it does. Seems something is in the background here that when I peek through the... Oh, wow, this is cool. Very nice. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm gonna bump that up a little bit more. 14 seconds. Go to 10, and then we'll go to 14 seconds. Hang on a sec. That is nice, very nice. Yes, you can. Yes, beautiful. You can see them lanes. Very interesting. And went away just on that. My tracking's not good because you could see the stars being vertical, and obviously it's not tracking. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, sir. Certainly is nice. And there's a haze outside somehow, and I don't know why or how come, but I'm not going to bother with that too much. It is what it is. Yeah, for sure. I hear you. You need to get an AP, but I'm working on a third dome here in the backyard. Wayne Parker is working on a dome for me, and this new 12.5 inch, so we're going to have 3 domes in the backyard with various telescopes in them, and one of them will be dedicated for lunar and solar and things like that, so that'll be interesting. One dome will be for smaller scope, and the other one will be for the bigger scope. Okay, the scope, Matt, the telescope right now is, the scope is an f10, and with the focal reducer, you're down about a f4.2, I'd say f4-ish, maybe a little bit less. Don't forget, it's a small chip. It's a smaller chip. It's a half-inch size sensor, and the pixels are bigger. So the image scale is perfect. It fits right on the screen, because this is what you want to do is, as an observer, you want to observe the detail of the galaxy itself. And this is pretty well what we're doing now. That's quite interesting to see the variety of in the lanes in here. Let me lower down the APC a little bit. Very welcome, Matt and Minions. I got the sniffles because it's very cold out. I got the heater going in here. It's not enough. It just doesn't cool the place down. It's going to be going down to minus to 18 degrees. 18 degrees Fahrenheit here a little bit later with the wind, so it's getting cold. Here's another galaxy nearby, I believe it is. I haven't observed since 2006. And I took a picture of that with black and white. At the time it was called a Hyper Plus, I think it was. Or just a Hyper, actually, that's what it was. Back in 2006 in full mount. And I remember that galaxy on the screen. It just knocked my socks off. And I haven't viewed that galaxy ever since. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to swing the scope on that specific galaxy. Hopefully it'll fit in here on the screen. Hopefully we'll be able to see some fine detail like we did at Flying Mount back then. So just give me a moment, folks. We're going to switch object and see what kind of result we're going to get. Looks like I see some tiny galaxies to the right of the galaxy here in the background. I don't know if it is or not. Before we switch, let me look at my sky map here for a minute. It definitely does look like there is smaller little tiny galaxy guys in there. And 108. It looks like there's 2 galaxies in there. Let me see here. Yeah, there's a PGC. We got an 18. Yeah, there's two PGCs there. And there's some late as well. Yeah, 18.1, correct. Wow, this is pretty good. I could try to center them in the middle of the screen. Yeah, that's what we're going to attempt to do, folks. Here we're looking at magnitude 18 galaxies. 259. Okay, hang on a sec, Jack. Let me confirm that here. 7972. Yeah, you're right. You're correct. Yeah, I've got the exact same thing as you. And wow. There's another one there too. Hang on a sec. We've got another one in there, Jack. There's a PGC as well, a 7703, 17.4. So, wow. And there should be another one at the bottom, I think. 17.9. All right, that's a PGC as well. Okay. Yeah, the 18.1 is the one I'm going to go for. Actually, there's a few of them in there that my sky map don't have. Holy moly, this is pretty cool. Okay, Matt and Minions, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. It's fun to have you guys here. Have a good night, both of you. Okay, I'm going to stop the exposure for the camera for a moment, so I could try to center what I'm talking about for galaxies here. I'm going to center the, there's two galaxies there. One of them is magnitude 18.1. Hang on, let me try to center it as best as I can. I'm just doing this from memory here, basically. Okay, yep, there you go. Oh yeah, the zoom is off on this thing, yeah. Well, it shows larger, actually, Jack. The 108 is much larger, I find. Okay, here comes the exposure. Here's the two galaxies right there. Dead center of the screen, you got two little fuzzballs there. One of them is 18.1 in magnitude. This is Leda. Let me see here. This is Leda. No, this is a PGC 2507972. Magnitude 18.1. And this is on at 14 seconds. That's incredible to see. And we've got another one below that as well. The other one would be called to the right of the galaxy of 108. That is called PGC 2507703, and that is 17.4 magnitude. Wow. This is cool stuff. So that little fuzzball you see, not quite in the middle, but a little bit lower, that is the 17. There's another group of galaxy to the right of there, at about 3 o'clock position, a bit lower in fact. And it's between those 4 stars. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 of them there right now that we could see in the face. So these are more than magnitude 18, obviously. That makes it quite interesting. By the way, this is M108 on the right-hand side. We're going to change that to another galaxy. Hopefully it'll fit in there. So bear with me, folks. We're going to stop the exposure for a moment. And I'm going to swing the scope to another target. right. I'll be right back. We're going to swing the scope onto their target, and I got to turn the dome by hand. I'll be right back.